Hello, my spooky besties, and welcome to a new video. This one is going to be my TBR for the magical readathon happening in the month of April. So to start off this video, I would like to go over the ebooks and library books that I would have to use to be able to fulfill some of these prompts. So those are ones that I'll have to import photos just to make it a little easier on myself. So this is my novice year in the magical readathon, meaning it is my first year participating, and I have created a character and all of that, and I'm going to be very ambitious and take on two careers. So I have a total of 12 books I have to read for this readathon. So with that, we're just gonna go ahead and kind of jump into it. So my first career choice I came to terms with is that I want to do 𝙁𝚗𝚘. So for that, I'm going to have to do conjuration, which is locational summons, and this is to random country generate a book. And the one I got was, I can't remember exactly right off the top of my head where this author is from, but I have Dirt Poor Islanders by Winnie Dunn, Psionics and Divination, and that is psychokinesis. Hello, editing Chantel here. So for psychokinesis, I did not explain what the prompt meant, and that is to read a book with witches or the occult. And for this one, I have a Wicked Magic by Sasha Lawrence, Restoration, which is Uncommon Antidotes, and that is a book with a 4-star plus average rating. And I came up with Wild Magic by Alexandra Ivy, and this one is going to be a Kindle Unlimited book. And this one I kind of just put on my radar not too long ago. I saw somebody else reading it on Book Talk, and so I just kind of threw it into my Goodreads. And when it came to the 4-star above average rating, I kind of just went through my Goodreads want to read list and pulled out what I could find, and this happened to be one of them. And then the last library / ebook that I will have to do for 𝙁𝚗𝚘 is Lore, and that is the Song of Ages. And for this one, you have to read a book with a musical term in the title, so song, note, there's several other types of musical word terms that could be in a title. And for this, I'm going to be reading the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I have been meaning to read this one for a while now because I've heard so many good things about this one, and that it is very emotional. So I'm super excited to finally be able to get to this one. Going the other career path, I have Moon Warden, which I have for astronomy, which is Lightfall, and that was a color wheel generated pick, and mine for this one came out as gold. So for that, I will be reading The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. And then that is all for my ebooks and library books that I'm going to have to, borrow as April starts to come in. But for the next set of prompts, we'll be going into the physical books that I own. So going back to 𝙁𝚗𝚘 for astronomy, which is Lightfall, which is color wheel pick again, I spun pink, so I'm going to be reading Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I did start this one, but did not get very far. But I watched the movie with my friend Stacy, and I absolutely loved it. So I want to get to the book and probably love it even more than the movie. So the next book I have is Demonology, which is Banishing Basics, which is to read a book with a missing person. And for this one, I came up with Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I've had this one for a while now, and I just keep like recently seeing people picking it up and absolutely loving it. So I cannot wait to finally get to this one and see what all the hype is all about. Okay, so the last study I have to take for 𝚑𝚱 is Inscription, the Hook. And for this prompt is to read the first sentence of 3 books and then pick the best one. And the 3 books that I have set aside for this prompt are The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, Heroes of Jahan by Sam Tate, and then Year One by Nora Roberts. I'm really kind of hoping to like this first sentence challenge a little bit more for this one than these other 2, because this one is on my 25 of 2025 and I would love to get to it and actually have a prompt for it to fulfill. So I think that would be really fun. So we're going to go ahead and read the first sentences of these 3 and then go ahead and pick which one I like the best. So with the first one, we are going to do Heroes of Jahan. The first sentence is 30 years ago, Toth scribbled a new formula in his notebook. Not really catchy. So next one will be The Spell Shop. And the first sentence in this one is, Keela never thought the flames would reach the library. Okay. Interesting. And then next is Year One. And this one is, when Moss MacLeod pulled the trigger and brought down the pheasant, he had no way of knowing he killed himself. So these 2 are definitely the best out of the 3, but I do think I'm going to go with Year One because that first sentence is like, what? And then I think I still might put this one on my April TBR for another readathon, but we'll see. And that is it for 𝚑𝚱. And then the physical books that I own for Moon Warden are for Restoration, which is Uncommon Antidotes, which is a book with a 4+ star average rating. And I have Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldare. Baldry, my bad. But I have had this one on my TBR since my birthday of last year, and I just cannot wait to finally read this because this cover is just super, super adorable, and I absolutely love it. So, okay, next we have Elemental Studies, and it is Earth, which is fruits, and that is to have a fruit on the cover. And for this one, I'm going with Wayward by Emilia Hart. It has some fruits on the cover. It's very simplistic for the fruits, but it fits, and I have been dying to read this since 2023. I don't know why I have been putting it off, but this was the Book of the Year finalist for 2023, so I just want to get to it and finally read it. Next, we have Art of Illusions, and the category we are focusing on is Distance Manipulation, and that is a book you have already planned for this month, and that is my book club book, which is my friend Stacy's pick, and that is Holly by Stephen King. So definitely need to get to this one and get it read for the book club so we can have a discussion. Hopefully the other girls have it on their TBRs too, but they have been very busy, so I'm not going to hold them accountable if they didn't get to it, because there are some books of this year that are for our book club and I haven't even gotten to them. So, and then the last prompt I can't really like pick a book out of right now, and that is Spells and Incantations. And we are learning the copy and paste spell, which is word from your last book title. So depending on what book I read, when it comes to wanting to pick this one up, I have to find a word in one of my other titles and then find a book that fits. So I cannot wait to have my first year here at Aurelium, and I just can't wait to participate in this. It sounds so fun, and that there are bonus journeys and stuff that you can add on to this as you go. So I'm hoping to look into that a little bit more and then see about what I can add to it if I feel like doing so. So yeah, that was all I had for this video, and let me know if you are participating in this readathon, and I would love to know what courses you will be taking and what your career path is. And yeah, I forgot to mention that this was put out by G, so I will put her announcement video in the description below, and I hope to see you guys on the Discord and whatnot. So with that, that is all I have for you guys. Stay spooky, my friends.